Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Nuala Black and of course this is Foxy at 50. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today's video is all about the hair, how to get really big hair without the curl. I've had lots of requests for this and it's probably a style that or a method that I use the most to create big hair. And what I'm using today is big jumbo rollers. They're not all quite as big as that, but I'll let you know the sizes anyway. But they have to be very big in order to stop your hair from curling up. This style is great for any age, but particularly good for the over 50s, so you don't have to worry about it aging you at all. Now also bear in mind that the result will depend on how long you leave the rollers in. I'm not going to leave mine in for very long, and the amount of layers you've got in your hair, or the length of the layers you've got in your hair. I've got layers in my hair, but they're quite long layers. So for example, if I've just had my hair cut, then I'll really use big rollers all over. But if it hasn't been cut for a while and there aren't very many layers in it, then I'll use a smaller roller, but they're still always pretty much jumbo size rollers. I'm going to just use hairspray to set it. You will need to set it because we're not going to leave them in for very long, so it has got to hold. So we're just going to start off sectioning the hair off because that makes life an awful lot easier. Okay, and just twist it back. That's just your top piece. I'm going to do that last. And the side pieces I just usually get up to my ear and hold those up. And then take your back section and then you've got this. My hair's starting to dry very quickly. It's very warm today, so if that happens, just give it a spray. So I'm just going to be using my round brush. It's just a good strong bristled brush, and for these back bits I'm going to use the biggest roller because I don't want them curling up at all. And I measured these, they're about 5.5 centimeters across. Okay, so we'll just divide that. Get my hair dry out. And you want to be putting body into your hair all the time. If you want to know how to do a blow dry to just get body in your hair, then do have a look at the rest of my channel because you'll see lots of different hairstyles and you'll see a video on how to blow dry, particularly useful in this lockdown. And I'm going to blow dry the hair so it's just almost dry. It's drying very quickly, and then I put the roller in. So lift it up, give it a good brush. And get your jumbo roller and just turn it under. These are extremely handy. Okay, so then just the middle section at the back. And second one. Just going to separate that and put that back there. And just put that piece over that middle section. So now we get this back section. And still using the biggest roller I have. Put that in there. This is water, not hairspray. And another jumbo roller going in there. And that section's bigger than the others, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put my last really big jumbo roller in there. Okay, and now I'm just going to get some hairspray for those bits that I've done. Water that. So now I'm going to do the side bits, and I'm going to use a slightly smaller roller. They were 5.5 centimetres. I think these are about 4.5. Again, I'll just cut that in half. And off we go. trouble with them is they're so big that it's hard to manoeuvre them. And the last side bit, just cut that in half. That roll is still 4.5, they're just different colours. And the last side bit. I'm just going to spray those last two. Now we've got the middle bit. Just put my mirror here. Might be better. Give it a coat. I got a little bit more water on it. Okay, so now I'm going to go down in the size of the roller. Still want to take a decent amount because I don't want to curl. And these ones are about 4 centimetres across. And don't be tempted to just put the roller in without giving it a good blow dry, because otherwise it will still end up frizzy. You can only do that with rollers if you put them in from wet hair. So we're putting the rollers in where the hair's dry, pretty much dry. So you have to make sure it's smooth before the roller goes in. I'm just going to divide this piece. I'm just going to let this piece come down. And then the same on this side. So whether you have a fringe or not, I mean this this can be the most difficult part, this tiny little piece here. So you do need to put a bit of body into it, because otherwise it will look really silly if the rest of the hair is really big and then the fringe is a bit too small. I'm just going to get a smaller brush. Well, a bit too flat, I should say. And I'm just going to, not for too long, put a couple of little rollers here. Bit of hairspray. And I'm only going to let that sit now for a minute, and then I'm going to start to take it out. And I'll start with the bottom ones, and then I look at it as I start to take them out and think, well, should it stay a bit longer? Is it already curling up? And don't worry about when you first take them out, because it can look really awful, but you just let it settle for 10 minutes, and then usually it works out great. Okay, so let's get them out. Okay. Oh, still got one. Oh, thought I had. No, it's a grip. And there you have it, big hair without the curl. And I usually just spray the fringe back a little bit. And then you can just faff around with it a little bit as to how you like it. But really the important point is that it's just using big rollers. And then if you want a little bit more of a wave in it, then you can just reduce the size of the rollers. I'll put the size of the rollers that I used in the description box. So I hope that was helpful, particularly in times of lockdown where we've all got to do our own hair. Do check out my other videos on this channel. You'll find one for root tinting, blow drying, curling hair. And if you've got any questions, as always, just put them in the comments box and I will definitely get back to you. So until the next time, I'm Nuala Black. This is Foxy at 50. Stay safe, happy, healthy and well. Bye bye.